much. Wow. Look at this thing, honey. So, my heavens. Thank you very much, Laura. Thank everyone for your patience in that spectacular and highly exaggerated tribute. What a spectacular evening. Isn't this just a wonderful sort of Claremont evening? Just so great. So many wonderful folks up here, you know, and John, a new award. I mean, how exciting is that, and how meaningful to everyone here. Everyone knows how powerful and important that is. And Bob and Manford and Carrie, my classmate. You know, what a great evening, a great celebratory evening. I know I'm the last thing keeping you from mercifully getting through those doors after this long evening, but I do want to just say that CMC, to me, was one of what I would consider 3 game changers in my life. We all have game changers in life. It's interesting to think about how many there really are. For me, there are 3. One, I was born blessedly to 2 amazingly loving parents in Chicago who were able to save up enough to afford me to go anywhere I wanted to college, and I ended up out here. And then the other game changer, of course, was convincing the most amazing woman I've ever met to marry me, which was incredible. But without embellishing on the latter, I will talk about CMC. It was something to arrive here in 1971. You couldn't see the mountains, but for a kid from Chicago, California was the coolest place on the planet. I knew nothing about learning. I didn't know why I was here. I just loved the independence and the, you know, the feel of life here. I think Bob Emmett's motto of, you know, mercy to the sleepless, or whatever it was, I was clearly right in that zone when I arrived here. But, and you know, you call it an open canvas. I mean, I was very close to being, you know, a little slug-like when I arrived. The fact is, this place completely changed my life. You know, the peers, I mean, I look at Jim Mittermiller, who was a great, fun classmate of mine. He happened to be rocket smart. And so the idea that, wow, you know, connecting, gee, fun, and you can actually be rocket smart and be productive and fun. My roomie, who's here, Kevin McNeely, who a very close favorite of Jill Stark's. Kevin was absolutely inspirational for me. Kevin never had a bad day in his life, except when he rolled his BMW in the woods in Del Monte Forest. And he was, you know, his parents were surrogate parents of mine. You know, we grew together here in Claremont. We went to Switzerland together for that intense academic experience in the mountains, and learned so much, as John Roth was our chaperone, so it wasn't all peaches and cream. And we became so close to John by virtue of that, and started to define what meaningfulness was, and we cared about learning, and all of a sudden started to care about something other than you know, the sports section in the newspaper, and it was transformational, is all I can say. And I owe so much to so many folks here, you know, the tremendous professors, and, you know, Jack and Jill, and the role models that existed here, you know, among not my, you know, economics and accounting professors who taught me a skill set so much, and Jerry's here, I know, tonight, and but also, you know, Bill Root and John Roth and Mike Riley, who taught film here, was you know, a tremendous guy and a great influence on Kevin and me here, and Artie Kemp, thank you very much. Credits by the window, anyway, it was a marvelous, marvelous and powerful experience for us here. And then, if that's not enough, to have this place, you know, equally transform our 2 sons, who fortunately weren't quite the clean canvas that I was when they arrived here, but they were, you know, ever greater adults and incredibly productive folks that my wife and I are extremely proud of as graduates of this terrific place. And then I guess the third dimension of this place is that as an alum and as a trustee, you know, I've learned so much about leadership and about this culture and the importance of giving back. You know, we had this wonderful weekend last weekend around commencement where we gave the first master's degrees to our new one-year Robert Day Masters in Finance graduates. I mean, imagine that, right? We now offer a Master's in Finance from a standing start 2 years ago. Now, as Jack reminded us, of course, that's nothing, you know, when this place was founded, it took them 80 days. But the fact is, in this environment, starting a master's is a pretty spectacular thing. And, but at that ceremony, Robert Day said, you know, amidst these happy faces in front of him that were graduating, he said, no one in this room is happier than I. And there is nothing that gives me more pleasure than giving back. Giving back is so much more fun than making it. Okay? In some respects, you could say, well, that's, you have to make it first to have that sort of enjoyment. But the fact is, he and Henry Kravis that evening were, I was listening to them going back and forth and both agreeing on that. And I mean, it is a powerful thing, the joy of giving back. And fortunately, we have a community here that has caught the bug. And you know, as we all know, every student here is on scholarship. And it is a progressively more expensive endeavor, and we all have to continue to do our thing. And our current president, Pamela, I must say, has done just an amazing job in helping to instill that that notion of that culture of giving in this community, and it's just vital to our future. So. Anyway, thank you all very much. There's no bigger thrill for me. I am passionate about this place, and I will continue to do whatever I can to help it realize its potential, both here and in this wonderful world of ours. Thank you very much.